In this video, we're going to get around all the technical requirements of serverless and show you how to fire off requests to Runpod's public endpoints and get a result back in seconds. Now, if you've been with Runpod for a while, you may remember the endpoints we had for early Stable Diffusion, Llama, and other AI models where you could just send an API request to a preconfigured endpoint and get a result back. Our relaunch works off that same concept, but rebuilt and restructured to handle the newest open source models, along with a few other models that you just can't get anywhere else in a public endpoint. On the back end, the process works the same way as a normal serverless endpoint. You send an API request, the workload is assigned and completed, and you have your response. The main difference is that you don't need to set up workers, define an endpoint, or configure any environment variables. Everything you need to do is just specify through the UI or the JSON payload, depending on how you send a request. Finally, the pricing is consistent. It's per generation, not per second of GPU time. This means you'll have a predictable cost for everything you send to the endpoint, assuming your parameters also stay the same. All right, let's go through a few examples. To get to public endpoints, you would just go to Hub on the left, and then to public endpoints, and then you'll see the listing. Here, we'll use FluxDev as an example. You can see in the UI that you've got some basic settings. It's not everything that you can configure, but it gives you enough that you can play around with it. We'll run an example by typing in a new prompt and then hitting run. Now, what we're going to do is send a generation request to the endpoint directly. If you click on API Playground, it'll show you how to format the request in several different languages. We'll create an API key to streamline the process, and then go down to Python and copy and paste the request format. I'm going to demonstrate this in a pod for simplicity, but you can send this request from anywhere you have the proper environment. Here's some basic code to take the request and send it to the endpoint, and display it within a notebook. Before we send it though, we'll adjust the resolution parameters, and then we'll send it and scroll down to see our image. You can see that the displayed price is cheaper than a 1 megapixel image that we generated earlier. We're going to try out one I2V where we supply the image model on the prompt, and we'll take it from there. We've uploaded the image you got from the last one, we've set up parameters, and now we're ready to send the request. And now we've got our happy flying CRT monitor just soaring up over the alien landscape. So to sum it up, public endpoints are great for hobbyists and developers alike. They're great fun to play around with and have a lot less management overhead than either a pod or a regular serverless endpoint. And they're also robust enough to serve in production while giving you extremely predictable inference costs. We're adding new endpoints all the time for new use cases, so check back frequently to see what we've added.